1 year ago today, I discovered that my ex was plotting and conspiring to unalive me. To every young girl out there, every woman out there, the signs are always there. You just have to have eyes to see. You have to be paying attention. You have to utilize your discernment. Backstory, me and my ex had been together since we were like 15, 16 years old. And we had separated. Like, I did not want to be with him no more. I think it was like 2021, I think. And we had not been together all the way from 2021 to 2024. Mind you, in between this time, this man was stalking me, which I made it very clear to multiple people as well as law enforcement that this man was stalking me. So he was stalking me. He was showing up to the grocery store when I was there. He was showing up to the gym when I was there. Like, it was absurd. During this time, not only was he stalking me himself, but he also had other people stalking me, other people following me, other people watching my house, other people adding me on social media. Just a weirdo. Against my better judgment, I ended up taking my ex back, giving him another chance in May of 2024. Mind you, I took this person back just giving him grace, even though everything in my heart, everything in my soul, everything in my spirit told me to have nothing to do with that man and that he ultimately wanted to harm me. I'm going to tell you multiple signs and red flags that I experienced that told me that he was trying to unalive me. First off, if a man has already shown you that he is abusive, he's abusive. There is no in between. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's already shown you who he is. Stay away from him. He is not going to change. He is not any better just because he's claiming that he is. He's abusive. And the fact that he's trying to put on an image and portray as if he's not abusive and as if he's a better person, that in itself tells you the type of person that he is. So one of the red flags were him trying to act as if he was just this great guy. Like, he was just putting on a whole show. The mask was just ridiculous. And the thing is, when you're dealing with this type of person, regardless of the mask that they put on, regardless of the image that they are trying to portray, regardless of the act that they are putting on, your spirit knows that it is not real and that it is not right and that they are not right and that they are dangerous. Your spirit does not align with their behavior. It's a mismatch. It doesn't add up. So anyone who comes back into your life portraying to be better or acting as if they've changed, they're acting very kind and nice and they're doing all of these different gestures, they are planning something. Their behavior is an act. So that's the first red flag. If they have already shown you that they're abusive, stay away from them. Another red flag was him trying to take away my autonomy. And this is something that an abuser will try to do gradually, and they will try to do it in a way that doesn't seem like it's what they're trying to do. So with him, he already had gotten me pregnant, first off. And then he would constantly try to push this narrative that he wanted to be the provider and that I didn't have to work. He was just going to work 2 jobs and that I could just stay home and take care of the kids. He would always push this, but whenever I would push back and say that I did not want to do that because I already knew that he was trying to do something, but I had already gotten myself in a bad situation. But we'll get back to that. But they will try to take away your autonomy. He would also constantly try to get me to share my location with him. He constantly got upset about me not sharing my location with him. Like, whenever I would say no, I would decline and say I'm not sharing my location with you. Again, because I already knew in my heart something wasn't right, but I had to figure out how I was going to get out of the situation. But he would blow up and get mad and very angry when I did not want to share my location with him. Another red flag that I had noticed was he always wanted us to shower together in the beginning, like literally. And mind you, this was what he wanted to do. He suggested this. When I would be getting in the shower, he would take it upon himself to get in the shower with me. But this was another red flag to me because it was like I was losing my own independence. Like, I was losing my autonomy. I was losing myself. Like, everything involved him. And then that brings me to gaslighting. Then he would turn around and try to gaslight me and try to make it seem as if I'm the problem and as if the things that he is doing, he's doing because of me. He's doing to appease me. He's doing to me because of me. So when he would no longer, I guess, want to shower together and he's trying to play mind games, he would try to make it seem as if I was the one who constantly wanted to shower together. He would try to make it seem as if it was a problem to me if we didn't shower together. Whole time I didn't want to shower with him. So they will try to gaslight you and play mind games with you to try to make it seem as if you are the problem. And try to make it seem as if the things that they are doing to you or the things that they are doing are because of you. So another thing, he would try to gaslight me and try to make it seem as if it was my fault that he didn't go around his family. Like he didn't go spend time with his family or he didn't go spend time with his friends. He would constantly say that he didn't do that because of me. Mind you, I didn't want to be around him all day, every day. But this is the narrative that he wanted to run. He tried to make it seem as if it was all me. He's doing all this. He's staying around me all the time. He's just always in my presence because that's what I want, because it's me. Whole time, he was just isolating me and trying to control my whole life. So then this brings me to the coercive control. Mind you, gaslighting and isolation play a role in coercive control. But coercive control consists of a lot of different things. But he would be monitoring me and having other people monitor me. And then this goes into how he had my phone hacked. Okay? He hacked my phone to see every single thing that I was doing on my phone. Not only did he do that, this man was reading my diary. He was also very sneaky and just a sneaky snake. You have to pay attention to people who are sneaky and sly. They are dangerous. But a lot of people would just ignore certain things, but I wasn't ignoring nothing. I just knew that I was in a bad situation. I already had put me and my children in a bad, dangerous situation, so I had to play it out. So to fast forward through it all, he ended up putting me in a situation to where I'm pregnant. I am not working at the time because my pregnancy played a toll on my body so bad I had to stop working at my job. And then he also drained my resources. When I tell you he drained all of my resources, he drained all of my resources because he wanted me down and out, dependent on him so that he can do what he was trying to do. So with me being nosy and me following my intuition and listening to my discernment, I decided to start not only asking questions, regardless of him being mad, angry, going into rages. I also started to look through what he was doing on his phone, what he was doing in his email accounts and all of that. And then that's when I had discovered that he was searching up landfills near me and if it was okay to put blood down the sink, as well as how to disable a Ring camera, which is the camera that I had on my home door. I tell you all of this not just because I'm exactly 1 year today from that situation, but also to just let women know that the signs are always there. The signs are always there. They are always there. You just have to not ignore them. You have to pay attention. You have to accept them for what they are. You can't make excuses for the things that you see. You can't make excuses for the things that people do. If something feels off, it's off. If someone is abusive, they're abusive. There are so many women who are not here today. So many women and their children, on top of that, who are not here today because a woman decided to ignore her intuition. She decided to ignore her discernment, and it cost her her life. I'm only here today by the grace of God, first off. But because God gave me discernment, and I chose to use it. And when I used my discernment and I stood up for myself and I followed what I knew was right to protect me and my children, I was painted out to be crazy. I was painted out to be the bad guy, just like every other woman who experienced abuse. But I'm telling you, when you see the signs, when you see those red flags, get out of there. I don't care what they say, what they claim, how much they claim they're going to change. Stay away from them because they are trying to harm you. And do whatever it is that you have to do to protect you, and if you have children, to protect your children and to get away safely, regardless of what anyone else thinks and what anyone else says, regardless if it makes you look crazy or whatever. You do what you have to do to protect yourself and get away.
Unaliving a woman is a narcissist's final attempt in trying to break that woman. It's literally the last tool in their tool bag, because before a narcissistic man even gets to that point, he has attempted to break that woman in all areas of her life, all areas. So mentally, he's tried to sabotage and break that woman mentally. He's tried to do it financially. He's tried the same tactics with her spiritually. He's tried the same tactics with her emotionally. But when that woman does not break, does not cave to any of those tactics, and she doesn't completely just break, then that man feels unsatisfied, and to gain the control that he so desperately needs, he chooses to unalive her. That's the next and final step in a narcissistic man trying to exert control over a woman that he is romantically involved with.
Post-separation abuse is something that applies to women with children and without children. It applies to women who have experienced domestic violence and have not experienced domestic violence. From what I've seen and what I have personally experienced, post-separation abuse comes in a variety of things. It is not always him coming to find you, him harming you. It is as simple as them stalking you, cyber stalking you. And I'm going to make this a 2-part video because I want to give y'all the reasoning on why I'm talking about it now. But in this video, I am only going to show you some of the comments that came on the first video that I made that I wasn't expecting, but it was confirmation that I needed to talk about it. As much hell as men and pick-me women give women that are leaving relationships, it's low-key a no-win situation even if you get out, because your life changes drastically after the fact. And that's coming from a wife that is fighting to get the man to sign the papers and having to restart her life in a way that she never thought that she would have to restart it. So I'm going to put the comments up here, and then when I get back from the gym and running errands, I am going to do a second part to kind of give y'all what I personally am talking about and what I've seen in real life. So
one of my mutuals made a really good video. I'm going to tag her right here. She also makes content about dating after divorce, life after divorce, what led to her divorce, and I really love her videos. And so she made a video that I wanted to hop on, which was why her marriage dissolved by the death of 1,000 cuts. So if you don't know what that is tiny things that fracture your relationship and the foundation of your relationship or marriage over time that seem small, but they fester. And so for me, the very first thing that comes to mind is that my ex-husband would walk ahead of me all the fucking time. He would leave me in the dust. And I would ask him, hey, can you please not walk in front of me? First of all, I think it's rude. And first of all, I think it's unsafe. And second of all, I think it's fucking rude. When any woman that you're walking with, it could be your sister, your best friend, anyone. And so he would always just walk ahead of me to just not care about my safety. He wouldn't hold my hand. There's no reason why I'm looking at the back of your fucking head when we're walking anywhere. And so the second thing, which kind of leads me back to the first thing, but if I had an issue about something or something hurt my feelings and I would come to him to talk to him about it, it always turned into an argument. It always turned into an argument because it wasn't that serious to him. And he would always be so dismissive of my emotions because it was seen as something that wasn't that serious to him. And I'll use the walking ahead of me thing as an example. You know, I would list off to him the reasons why I didn't like it, because it was rude, it's unsafe. Or maybe you need to walk faster. And that would be it. Or he would, oh my God, you know what? I'm just really stressed out. And you're bringing this little shit to me. And it would result in an argument, which would make me feel so very unsafe and unheard. And then I would have to I'd have to bottle that emotion up, because now I have to get ahead of whatever it is that we're fucking arguing about, when I'm the one that came to you that wanted to talk. Do you know what I mean? And that was something that was also continuous. And he would say things like, I don't want to talk to you, or he would just hang up on me, or just completely stonewall me in the same fucking house. And that would just, it really chips away at you emotionally over time. And then I think the third thing would be, so actually the third and the fourth. The third thing was that no matter what, if I brought something up, well, I'm just so stressed out. I'm so stressed out. This is bothering me. This. Just because you're stressed out does not absolve you of having to show up for your partner emotionally, mentally, and everything else, right? Because that's a part of partnership. No matter what I'm going through, I still have to show up as your partner. And he was never good at that. And the last thing I think that chipped away at me over time was his extreme lustfulness. Who he followed on social media, wandering eye in public, corn addiction. You know, I leave the house, and as soon as I leave, got his wanker in his hand. It's funny now that I'm out of it, but like, it's actually not fucking funny. Do you know what I mean? But there were major things in our marriage. I mean, heavy, hard hitter shit that is the that was truly the catalyst for why I had to leave him. But I left him while I was still in the marriage, and I left him while I was still in the marriage because of those things, those small little things. And I have more of those, but those are the ones that really come to mind. And so, I don't know, I guess I just wonder, what were your paper cuts?
I'm gonna only say this once, so listen up. Y'all hoes better stop listening to Shara 7 and thinking that everything she say is relatable to you and pertaining to you and your relationship, and then you want to go and leave your nigga, and now you somewhere struggling under a bridge looking stupid, thinking that a nigga finna come in the middle of the night and save you and scoop you up like the savior and put you on a pedestal with all your 10 kids and all your baggages and all your skeletons falling out of your closet. Baby girl, you not her. Okay? You not on Shara 7's level. Okay? You didn't come to this shit with no baggage. You not her. Plus your personality ass. You ain't got no personality like Shara 7's. And you don't even cater to your man. You don't cook dinner for that man every night. You don't wash his drawers. You don't wash his clothes. You don't pack his lunch, baby. What we doing? You basic. You better go make that shit work, baby girl. Go to counseling. Do what you gotta do, because pipe down. You not her.